Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're here for week 10, unit 6. But first, we have to review unit 5. Hopefully you all had a good TOEIC test. Unit 5, we all talked about travel last time. As you can see, I'm in a beautiful beach, or this is just a feature of Zoom. So today we're going to learn about and review some discussion about travel and making suggestions. We are going to pretend that you guys are on a road trip. A road trip means going somewhere close by, not too far that you can drive to. Let's practice. Look at the cues in the box and then make some questions to ask your partner. For example, how long are you going for? Where are you staying? How much will it cost? There are lots of things we can ask. Here's an idea for a road trip. Maybe we're going to the Colorado biking trip, a 14-day biking, camping, and hiking tour. Also, last class we talked about wishes. Remember this sentence? I wish upon a shooting star that I could. In our group chat, we will tell the class 3 things you want most this year. For example, I wish I could save enough money to travel around the world. Express some of your wishes to us. Now, let's move on to Unit 6. Unit 6 is all about orders and requests. Some of you are going to the Army service soon. Will you end up like these guys? This is a private and this is a sergeant. I heard in Korea they don't do like this. In Unit 6, we're going to practice such functions as making request or giving orders, responding to request, and how to be polite. For example, if I say, close the door. Okay, that's an order. That's not really polite. But if I ask you to, could you please close the door? That's much more polite. Or, would you mind closing the door? That's also quite polite. First of all, we're going to make a list of chores that we have to do this coming weekend. For example, I have to make my bed. I need to clean my desk. I should finish my project. Make a list of the things that you have to do. Look in the PDF for Unit 6 and figure out some other chores. Write down 2 chores you don't hate doing secretly. Think about them and tell us in your group chat. Obviously, we're going to try to find a person who does chores. For example, in our group chat, not the big chat, in our group chat, we can say, I really don't hate washing the dishes. This means it's okay. Or you can say something that you really dislike doing. I can't stand taking the garbage out. Next up, we're going to look at some complaints. When people have chores to do, there are usually complaints. If your parents ask you to clean up your room, or if they ask you to do something, come home by 10 p.m., that seems unreasonable. As it says here, which ones seem unreasonable? Look at these different complaints. Think about which ones apply to you. Check them. We will talk about these in our big team chat. But before we can make requests, you need to know which words go together. For example, pick plus up goes together to make a phrasal verb, meaning pick up, to move something from the ground. Look at these 2-part verbs. Turn down the TV, that means the sound. Turn the TV down, the same meaning. We don't say turn down it. We can say turn it down. put away your books or put them away. We never say put away them. And finally, put your books away. This is a good way to say. Here we have some requests or responses. Using these phrases in the PDF, I want you to practice. Put the correct verb form in the space. For example, number 1, turn off please. Excuse me. Turn the lights off please. We will practice saying different requests like this during our group chat. Next up, in a group of 3, you're going to be broken up. You're going to write down a request to another team. Remember, we can't throw it, but we can virtually ask it to another person in the chat. For example, open up my book. Okay, what page? Page 27. Thanks. Shine my shoes. Sorry, but I don't have a brush. So 2 things we're going to do here. A, try to make a request or an order to someone else in your group. B, say yes or no in a polite way. Here are some different ways to say okay or to say no. Remember, it's not okay to say no. If you do, people can get upset. In English, it's very strong, just like Korean. If someone asks you like, 숙제 주세요, and you answer 아니요, that's pretty rude. It's better to say something quite polite. I can't give you an answer right now. Will you check back with me? Or I want to, but I'm unable to. I'm not able to commit to that right now. So there are many things we can say in this case. Go through the list and make sure you know some of the excuses you can use. Look at these. We have several situations here. Your neighbor is making a request. If your neighbor has a request for you, make sure they give a polite request. Would you mind not making so much noise? It's very late. We can reply, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it bothered you. There are different ways to apologize. So, in your group, you're going to brainstorm some situations where neighbors have a problem, and then give an excuse or make an offer to fix it. Also, we can be more polite. Parents can say something like, pick those papers up. But what if your friends say, pick up my socks? Would you reply to that? Probably not. How dare you is a good response to that. So, how to be more polite. In the PDF, you can look at page 39. If you look at page 39, it gives you some good examples. Can you keep your cat inside, please? Well, that's a pretty good simple form. But the longer the question is, the more polite it is. For example, would you mind keeping your cat inside? Is considered more polite. You could even make it longer. Would it be okay if I asked you, would you mind keeping your cat inside, please? Quite long, but it's very polite. So let's review these expressions. Can you keep your cat inside, please? Could you turn the music down, please? Would you please park your car in your space? Okay, all very simple expressions. Next up, would you mind keeping your cat inside? Would you mind turning the music down, please? Or, would you mind not parking your car in my space? These are all quite polite. Deal with it. When and where do people complain? Again, we're going to try role-playing, so think of different situations where people really get upset or complain, and then try to role-play doing that. Partners, you're going to choose a situation suggested by the group. Then, you're going to role-play that situation. This will take a long time in our chat, so hopefully we have enough time to go through many different situations. Okay, that's our topic for this week. So we're going to do a lot of role play, a lot of practice, and we'll practice being polite. As you probably saw from famous movies, manners make the man. Don't forget, there's a couple of things you have to do this week. After you watch this video, make sure you check out the PDF. In addition, there'll be another video from this unit. It's going to be a father and a daughter talking about chores and things they have to do around the house. And by the way, no, my hands are not this big. The camera's just closer. So please keep in mind, you should watch the video and there will be a quiz after the video that you should complete. See you next time.